Have you ever felt like you need just a little bit more money to make your life better? Well, obviously you do. It's human nature. So whether you're a stay-at-home mom, a student, or even a 9-to-5 employee, I'll go through 8 side hustles in this video that will help you make anywhere between $1,000 to $3,000 a month with nothing but a laptop and an internet connection. If you're new to the channel, my name is Mo and I'm a senior digital consultant for some of the biggest brands in the world. Even though I'm employed full-time at a marketing agency, I've been able to build 4 different passive income streams that bring in about $4,000 to $5,000 a month in revenue. So, a bit of a story time here about how I actually ended up starting my business journey, or let's say online business journey. A few years ago, I was working for this family business. It was one of my first jobs when me and my wife had first moved to Dubai. At the time, I was making decent money and I was still fairly new at the company. As the months went by, I began to realize that the company had a very toxic work culture. Being a family-run business, there was no manager per se, and everything was micromanaged by the CEO himself. While I have no problem being micromanaged, things didn't end there. You see, the CEO was rude, demeaning, and downright verbally abusive with his employees. People were not happy working for this guy, but they, much like me, had no choice in the matter, and everyone just put up with it to keep their jobs. The reality was that at that time, it was really hard to find a job in Dubai. It was during this one night where I was at the point of a nervous breakdown that I decided I was going to keep working for this abusive company in the short term. But I also decided to start my own business on the side. Every little free time I had, during lunch breaks or while waiting in traffic, I would read or listen to podcasts on starting an online business. Eventually, I settled on starting an affiliate website. For those of you who don't know what this is, it's essentially a website, a blog, where you sell products and services and earn a small commission every time someone buys using a link. For the first 9 months, I made a grand total of $0. I'm not going to lie. I was starting to lose hope and I kept doubting myself. Since I was putting all of this effort for basically nothing, it was only after 11 months almost that I made my first decent amount of money, around $95. At first, the money that was being generated was only enough to pay for my phone and internet bills. A few months later though, the website started generating $800 and then $900 and then finally $1,000. It was quite simply mind-blowing. Now, to be honest, I wasn't making a large amount of money, but the fact that the work I'd done months earlier was starting to make money on autopilot was just amazing. And then there came a point where my affiliate website had just hit $2,000 a month in revenue. It was enough to cover my rent, bills, and even personal expenses. I still had a bit left over after all those expenses were covered. And this finally gave me something that I'd been looking for a very long time. And that was peace of mind and financial freedom. At that point, it didn't bother me anymore if I got fired or not. I stopped being a yes man and started to say no more. I stopped taking calls from my boss at ridiculous times of the night. And then a few months later, I got fired. Luckily, I was able to find a job at a global marketing agency and I've never looked back since. But I've also never stopped working on my side hustle either. And this is what I mean. You don't have to quit your day job to become an entrepreneur. You can do that while you're working another job. Both of your passions can exist. You can always find time while working a busy job to make your dreams happen. Perhaps a 30-minute break here and there, or even waking up an hour early in the morning to work on your online business before starting a 9-to-5 job. It all adds up. If you're able to even dedicate 1 hour of your time to your business every day, that's 30 hours in a month, and that will make a huge difference a few months down the road. I believe that it doesn't matter if you're a stay-at-home mom or a student or a full-time employee. Everyone should have multiple income streams, and this has never been more important. With record high inflation and rising cost of living, we all should be focusing on having not just one, but multiple side hustles in fact. So today in this video, I'm going to be going through some of those side hustles that you can start today. I've broken down the side hustles in this video into two categories. The first are online businesses that you can start with no investment whatsoever. The only investment required here is time. In the second part of the video, we will go over 4 online businesses that do require some form of investment. So let's get started. Side hustle number 1 that you can get started right away: user testing. You can sign up on sites like usertesting.com or test.io and get paid to test apps and websites. You can earn about $4 for a 5-minute test, $10 for a 20-minute test, and between $30 and $120 for live interviews. And this side hustle is really easy for anyone to get started. It doesn't matter which country you're in. You just need a PayPal account, set it up, and you're good to go. Side hustle number 2 is becoming an SEO or paid ads consultant. Now, I actually do this as a full-time job, but if you're someone who's even half decent at digital marketing, you can start selling your services online. If you don't know SEO or Google Ads, you can easily learn it online. Google actually has an academy program that teaches you everything you need to know about Google Ads, and you even get a certification at the end of it. So you can use that as one of your USPs to get more clients. I've been an SEO consultant for a while now, and it can get a little difficult at first to get clients. But as you get more experienced, you can charge upwards of $200 an hour for doing SEO. And the best part about being a consultant is that you don't have to actually sit and work on your client accounts. You can easily outsource this activity while still maintaining quality control. To get to your first few clients, you can approach local businesses in your area, offer them a good price in return for your services. Once you're able to build a portfolio of clients, it becomes much easier to sell your services. If you want to accelerate this process, you can approach nonprofits in your area and offer your services for free in exchange for client testimonials. When I first started this, I was able to build a solid portfolio of clients in under 2 months. The third online business idea is to offer writing and proofreading services. A while back, I came across this video from CNBC where this person named Alex Fasulo was making $378,000 a year as a freelance writer on Fiverr. Now, making close to $400,000 a year as a freelance writer might be a bit of a stretch, but you can definitely make a 6-figure income as a copywriter. And the secret lies in the type of clients that retain your services. If you're a copywriter for a local business, let's say xyzcompany.com, you might only be making between $30 to $50 per 300 words. On the other hand, if you're writing copy for a global brand like Pepsi, you might be making anywhere between $300 to $500 for just a 300-word piece of content. Number 4 is one of my favorite: to start an affiliate site. The thing you need to remember about affiliate sites is that they're very front-loaded, meaning they require quite a bit of work up front, but once you've set them up and it's getting visitors, an affiliate site can become a truly passive money-making machine. I have sites that I created 5 years ago and still generate a few $100s in revenue. So if you're planning to start an affiliate site, the most important step is going to be finding a niche and doing keyword research. If you'd like me to go over all the steps in creating an affiliate site, I'll be making a future video that will run you through things like finding a niche, keyword research, finding a suitable affiliate product or service, and finally, setting up a website and ranking your website. So guys, do like this video and subscribe if you'd like to see more in-depth content about affiliate website. The next 4 business ideas for 2022 require some sort of capital. I'll list the average startup capital needed for each idea. So idea number 5 is building websites for local businesses. This is very similar to being a consultant, and the startup costs are about $50 to $100 to buy a WordPress theme from a marketplace like themeforest.com. Once you have the theme, you're ready to go. And so how do you find local businesses in need of a website? Let me show you.
Okay, so what I do is I'd go to a small US city like Arlington in Texas, and I'll search for plumbers in Arlington. It doesn't have to be just plumbers, it can be electricians, it can be carpenters, it can even be welders. So it depends on what kind of industry you're looking for. The next thing I would do is I'd look for businesses that don't have a website over here. So all of these businesses have a website. And I'm seeing that Do Right Plumbing over here does not have a website. the next thing I'll do is I'll take their phone number, I'll copy their phone number and put it in a separate sheet. And then I'll just go through this list, making a note of all the businesses that don't have a website. I'll just contact the businesses, let them know about my website building services. And after that, I'll set up a call and I'll try to close that deal. So in a month, I get about 40 to 50 leads. And out of that, this generates me anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000. And I'm still doing it. I've done it just last month, about $1,500 from this. So it's a really good side business, and it's really easy for you to get started.
And that's it, guys. It's as simple as that. The thing I love about this side hustle is that it can be easily delegated. Find a developer in India to install and configure the website, and you're in business. Okay, moving on. Business idea number 6 is to start an online 3D printing shop. So the investment for this can be anywhere between $200 to $2,000. A while back, I came across this Reddit post where this person had bought a cheap 3D printer for $160. And in the process of deciding what to print, he looked at his skateboard and decided, maybe I should make a wall hanger for that and sell it on Etsy. Long story short, this person now has 150 products on their Etsy store and 10 printers working 24 hours a day. And this is the beauty of thinking outside the box. There are so many different types of 3D printers out there, and some sell for even $50,000. But the best advice here would be to start small before investing in more expensive equipment. Idea number 7 is one of my favorite and something I do myself, and that is an Amazon FBA business. Amazon, as we all know, is an e-commerce giant, and their 2020 revenue alone was $386 billion. And nearly a third of that revenue for Amazon comes from third-party seller services. Nearly half of all units sold on Amazon are from third-party sellers, like me. Even in 2022, I'm currently in the process of launching a new product on Amazon. And the secret to FBA success is finding and sourcing the right products. I'm not going to lie though, the investment needed is significantly higher for FBA, and you'll need around $3,000 to $5,000 in capital. But this is one of those instances where money makes money. The last online business idea is a really good one, and that is to build a SaaS app. Now, SaaS is software as a service. Again, the investment needed to create a SaaS app is significantly higher, starting at around $5,000. But think about this for a second. The profit margin for a SaaS app is nearly 70%. That's right. For every $100 you earn, $70 of that is your profit. And the reason is quite simple. You're not shipping any physical inventory. You're not storing any physical product. You don't even need an office space. And the competition isn't that bad either. Just think about all the softwares you use and ask yourself, how can you make it better? Hey guys, that's it for my 8 online business ideas for 2022. But that alone isn't enough. Ideas are great, but you need to be productive with your time to achieve success. So check out this video here for my 9 productivity tips that helped me change my life around in just 1 week.